What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the garage and welcome to the grand 50,000 sub celebration giveaway, all that fun jazz, yada, yada, yada. And we've got a whole lot of familiar faces already in the chat room, and even Deb showed up and created a YouTube account. Thanks, Deb. I appreciate you. So, yes, I know we're off to a good start. The audio and video is working for once. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations. Thank yourselves. Pat yourselves on the back. Ugh. Could not do any of this without all the people that click the subscribe button, that comment, that talk on the forums and send other people here, that join the YouTube or the Facebook group. Everybody, you guys are it. And that's why we do stuff like this. We do a sweet, I am drinking single cut 18 watt for now. I do have some Hitchhiker down in the fridge that we may have to grab. So we are going to do an hour live stream tonight. We are going to do a slew of giveaways. In fact, I've got 10 things that we're giving away tonight. We'll go over the rules real quick. You must be present to win. We're going to start a 45-minute timer here in a bit. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. I'll let you know whenever we start the drawing. But we're going to give away a couple HP Tuner shirts. We're going to give away a couple Goat Rope Garage shirts. We're going to give a piston away from the Superado. The steering wheel out of the Nova that's a little bit bent from me beating on it after we decided to give up and I was slightly frustrated. And we're giving away two, not one, but two credit packs from HP Tuners, including each one will have 2 credits. Then we're also giving away a Snow Performance meth injection. And last but not least, I'm going to give away an email tune by, yes, exactly, Rage Quit. By popular demand. Everybody wanted me to give an email tune away. So, and the way that we're going to do this is we're just going to get a hopper for everything. We're going to start at the shirts and go all the way down to the tune. And as I said, that'll be towards the end of the show. Well, Deb, you need to join the raffle also to make sure that he's got an extra chance at it. See, Andy might be the smart one because he brought his wife in to get 2 chances. So we will see if this works. I'm going to go ahead and launch the drawing, but do not do anything. Okay, there it's up. Everybody spam the chat with exclamation point raffle. Thanks Atomic Punk. Thank you. Yes. Seems like yesterday. Oh, Dirt Floor coming in strong right off the bat with a $50 super chat and a nitrous purge. I appreciate it, brother. Love you. Hope everything's going good on your side of the world. And the drawing is working tonight. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. So, while everybody is spamming the chat here, I'll give you a little update. The Nova is basically back together. I got done redoing the valve train and broke into it. I may have talked about it on a live stream last weekend, but we broke 4 lifters and bent a valve. So we replaced the valve, put whole new lifters and push rods in, rocker arms in. Everything is, for the most part, back together. I got a couple small things I need to do. I relocated the radiator forward 3 inches and basically modified that. I've got to build the lower support bar for the radiator and then bolt everything back up, like the intake manifold, injectors, everything like that. Yeah, I know, Joe. That guy with the upside down exclamation point. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, the Nova will be back on the road this weekend. And then we will be seeking some redemption. What up, Kill 339? Everybody's getting their tickets in. As I said, we'll be giving away 4 shirts, a piston, a steering wheel, 2 credit packs, meth injection kit, and an email tune. Our biggest blowout to date. Yeah, Sonoma, it was, I won't get into it. Joe, I tell you what, I think after this ordeal, it's actually going to run right. Be careful, Les. So why didn't I go Jezel? I don't know, Tommy. Did it break the link bar in the lifters? Cole, no, it did not. It broke the lifters where the link bar attaches. What up, Break All? Good to see you, brother. Well, I got bad data. That's what it boiled down to. I called and specifically asked about the lifters. Said, hey, is there any special stuff that I need to do as far as the lifters? They said, nope, standard big block lifters would be fine. They were wrong. Where are we drinking? Single cut 18 watt. Andrew, the alternator is here. It is not installed yet, though. It is sitting on the desk. The garage looks like a tornado went through. It is just, there's crap everywhere. It's causing me a lot of distress. And so once the Nova is running again, I'm going to back the Nova and the Shelby out of the garage and just probably spend 2 or 3 days purging crap out of the garage. There's so much junk in the garage. It is... Oh, I'll give you a garage tour after the garage is cleared, TJ, because as I said, it is absolutely atrocious. It is the worst thing. Need to extract a few exhaust bolts. That's never fun. Then clean and paint my 6-liter I just picked up. Nice. You know, Species, I appreciate the offer. My father-in-law is, he always jumps on the offer to get the Shelby out of the way. There might be some extra prizes in the garage trunk. Hellcat says, have you tried Country Boy Brewing Company yet? I've not even seen it. Where are they out of? May not know how. May not have that stuff up here. That's how you know your garage is, know you're getting done is when the garage is dirty. Well, it's to the point where it's keeping me from getting things done because I have a hard time finding stuff. Deb, brace yourself. I'm going to be sending you a lot of garage junk. Just working a ton. Dirt Floor is hoping to go test on the 17th. Is that going to be the first time this season that you get the car out, Dirt Floor? No, John, you're just in time. Newer brewery in Kentucky. Might not be there yet. I'll keep my eyes peeled because we get a lot of small brewery stuff at my local distributor. So... Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. I'm not a bourbon fan, so I probably would not like it. But I'll try any beer once. Riley, thank you for watching, and thanks for joining the live stream. What up, Brad? Yeah, it's the garage is just terrible. You know, Jerry, that's White Russians used to be the only thing I drank, but I still drink a lot of vodka, but here's an odd question. Resonators before or after the X-Pipe? That's actually a good question, Atomic, and I don't know what the answer would be. I would lean to say probably after the X-Pipe, but... Ah, sweet. Yeah, Tito's is my jam. Tito's is my jam. In fact, I've got a handle in the freezer right now of Tito's. Be the first time there's a pour your own puddle event. You'll have to elaborate on that, Dirt Floor. Car won't be done, but it'll be done enough to make some wastegate pulls. What spring do you have on the wastegate? Not yet, MK. I will, though. I've just been super tied up this week. We've had a lot of bad storms, and so work has kept me busy. On a stock Mustang, the resonator is the X-Pipe H-Pipe. Where are the next mods for the GT350? Good question, Tyler. I think we're going to go probably straight into forced induction. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And I was hoping to have been started on Justin's Challenger already, because we've got that Pro Charger to install on that, along with like cams and headers and stuff like that. But he decided to just like take all the vacation on the face of the planet. The guy's been off every weekend for the last 3 weekends and like next weekend and ugh. Yeah, just been rain. Too much timing on deceleration equals bad juju. Well, not necessarily. I mean, you need timing. You need a lot of timing on deceleration to burn off gas so it doesn't explode in the exhaust and blow your cats out. If you don't have cats, meh. What up, Ryan? Hey, Scoop Sam. Yeah, Jerry. You think your neighbors love you? You should have heard me for about the first month and a half whenever I was firing that thing up with open headers. No problem, Jim. I'm at least 3 weeks behind on getting shirts shipped out, as usual. So my goal is after we do all the drawings for tonight's live show, next week I'm going to get everything together and actually do a lot of shipping. Pour your own puddle base. Okay, that makes sense. No prep. It was the start of the track instead of the backs. So the back, once you're through first round, it's pretty much like a track with everyone's prep. Makes sense. Well, the resonators, more resonators, then weld those to the mufflers. Joe Simpson in here, bringing the comedy. I've been working on a Neon SRT4. I'm not a fan of tuning it. Table is ratio versus RPM, not map by RPM. Pressure ratio, that's pretty standard burning tires. 5th gen GMs are the same way. Just got to make sure that you log barometric and manifold air pressure. That way you can get pressure ratio. Filled aluminum 6-liter. How much boost will the stock sleeves hold? If it's filled, I'm guessing it'll hold as much as the head gasket will hold. I had something else I wanted to say and I completely forgot what it was. Oh well. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about. Well, I'll talk about it towards the end here whenever we get towards the end about how we're going to do the drawings. We're going to do it a little bit different this time around, where whenever you guys email me because you want a drawing, I'm going to send you a link to one of the videos, and you're going to have to go to that video on your YouTube account so I can see your name and post a comment so I can verify you are who you are. Not that I think it would be a problem, but whenever we're giving away, you know, the equivalent of like $1,500, $2,000 worth of stuff, I thought I'd cover my own butt on something like this. So, as I said, if you just got to the stream, you have to be present to win, and we will do the drawing in 38 minutes. Looking at 30-40 PSI O-rings with heads. Shouldn't have a problem then. If you're O-ringing the heads on a concreted block, you should be good to go. Put in an E85 kit on a C8 Corvette intake. Also tune the map. Lots of torque on top end gain after going 100 let off gas and get a 0171 code. DIY brother, you're going to have to let me know what the 0171 code is. What up, TJ? All the boost. Bingo. Nigel was ran a 429 on a stock 5.3 aluminum block. He filled it in the off season. Then it cracked. He went back to a non-filled block. So not a good idea. You're getting a lean code on a C8. You know, I've not even looked at a C8 tune file. That new ECU, I don't believe that's the E99 that they use on those, so I'm not sure what's going on with that yet. I need to dig into it. Yeah, people always throw out the code numbers. Can't remember my own phone number, guys. Speaking of what the code actually is to me, yeah. If it's not a 131, I don't know what it is. Brett, want to say appreciate your episode and adding E85 to your Silverado, winning most detail. Perfect, brother. Thank you for watching it. Glad for letting me know. No, it's a C8 intake on a 17 Camaro. I was like, I didn't think that they had cracked that ECU yet, but I wasn't going to say anything. Shouldn't be getting a lean code on decel. You should be setting a lean code while accelerating. Question on AFR gauge and HP tuners. If new laptop is running away, the gauge is good, but the HP tuner says 50% rich. Reinstall HP tuners. What I mean, what's your gauge is showing that you're good, but it's not lining up. I mean, your gauge should match what you see in the scanner, Sonoma. Burning tires, as far as I know, they have not unlocked the C8 yet. And it's all because of Global B architecture. Well, you know, working with DTCs is one thing. The thing about it is on these modern units, there's, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 of them. And so you've got C codes, P codes, B codes, T codes. It gets a little bit overwhelming. And so I just don't try. Tell y'all, tell my customers the tune doesn't change, check your codes, fix the problems. The tune doesn't fix future problems. Yes, TJ, you're right. Yeah, everything seems to piggyback on the C8 so far. AFR is 50% rich. And it's showing that on the gauge also. No, I don't get what you're saying. The gauge is good, but HP Tuner says it's 50% rich, as in the gauge is not matching up. You're using analog. Yeah, you're using analog. Emily may be using HP tuners to log, but she's not tuning on HP tuners. She has a piggyback setup. After tuning my Torque Storm Supercharger 4.8, I get a lot of black soot in the exhaust pipe. Any ideas how to clean it up? Depends on where you're getting the lean stuff from, Scott. I mean, you just got to log that stuff and see where you're going lean. Has HP Tuners done any more on the Pro feature? Yeah, I mean, the Pro feature, they finally unlocked standalone data logging, stuff like that. Jose, are you replacing the gauge? The gauge itself is failing or the sensor? Because, I mean, I go through sensors like it's going out of style. Thanks, Ultimatum. Yeah, I don't trust analog signals a lot of time because they get pulled down. Les, I hope you make it back before the end of the show. Is it finally worth buying Pro Tools? I mean, yeah, I think so. You know, if you'd asked me this 6 months ago before they came out with the standalone data, actually that was a year ago, COVID times, let me tell you. If you'd asked me before they came out with standalone data logging, I'd say no. You get the analog and the CAN bus interface and stuff like that. There's not a lot you can do with the CAN bus interface right now. That's still kind of a development realm that they can go down. But the standalone data logging is really nice. I love not having to take a laptop with me. You plug it in, hit a button, and just go out and do your drive. Whenever you come back, you can plug it in and pull the data logs right off the interface. Is it necessary? No, by no means. On E40, do you know if limp mode causes transmission to act wonky, like shifting in a higher gear too soon? Tommy, not off the top of my head, but it would not surprise me. The E40 has some very interesting picadillos. Yeah, Species, I don't trust the auto start setup on the standalone, though I have not updated the device in a while. I don't know if there's new firmware out that may help with that. Most of the channels that I've needed in order to data log were available, though. There's a lot of stuff that's not available, but... John says, got my trans from the builder and the new torque converter. 6.0 Chevelle is going to be close to real. Nice. Is this live help? It is, but we're not looking at files on the live show. That's what the Patreon's for. Got my new sensor slapped in, lasted less than 1 year. Yeah, I mean, the last sensor, granted it was a 4.2, lasted me 300 miles. Oh, Joe Simpson's getting questioned. Joe Simpson, what do you recommend for the Terminator X non-CO2 boost control 3 or 4 port Mac? Also, do you have a video on it? Joe, you've been called out. Oh, he's already answered. I'm so behind on here. You can Mike H, you can hold more logs than you would expect on that thing. It'll hold a lot of data. You know, it's got like 4 gigs on there. Data logs don't take up that much space. Do you recommend the wideband that hooks up in place of the stock narrowbands? I've not tried it. It's a novel idea, especially if you don't have an extra bung. It basically replicates the 1 to 5 volt signal. My E67 had a brake light issue that put the trans in lit mode second gear. That's the first time I've heard that one. Hey Drew, what's going on? Yeah, exactly. As Species says, a 30-minute data log is like 5 megs and you've got 4 gigs on there. What up, Ozman? What are your thoughts on nitrous? Oh, well, obviously I love nitrous. LS2 GTO. Where things need to be revised in the tune when running a wet nitrous kit. You know, the big thing is going to be timing on there, and there's a lot of interesting ways that you can get around the timing. A lot of guys hook a relay up to the IAT sensor that faults the IAT sensor and puts it in a specific row that you can make timing adjustments to pull the timing that you need based on your size nitrous shot. Or if you have something like a 2-step, some of like the Lingenfelter 2-step has an input that you can trigger that will pull a static amount of timing for your nitrous. But timing is the big thing. You want to pull a couple degrees for every 50 horsepower. So if you're doing a 150, you want to pull 6 degrees out of your standard timing curve. DIY brother, thank you for the nitrous purge. Just got my TSP 231 634 stage 2. It's got to be a typo with 38% fuel load. On all the other push spring goodies, also LT4 injectors. Well, I also need the high volume fuel pump. What's a tune first? Probably not. With the 38% fuel lobe on there, that's going to create volume, which in turn will create more pressure if you're running the standard L83 or L86 injectors. But since you've got the LT4 injectors, I would go ahead and do it. It's not that hard to actually get in there and replace the high volume fuel pump if you have to. But if you don't have to, I'd go in there and see how it's doing. Watch your injector pulse width. Make sure you're not exceeding that 6 milliseconds. Do you have any information on the JTEC Plus for the older Magnum motors? New to HB tuners, learn so much. No, I do not, Thomas. Unfortunately, just we're trying to get into some more Chrysler stuff or more Mopar stuff, but we've not gotten there yet. How do you get a quick throttle drop after a rev? Switch to a manual transmission. Just messing with you, Ozman. Honestly, you know, a lot of what that has to do is inertia. But you can try more negative torque to try and close the throttle body faster. But basically what it's doing is once it sees negative torque, it throws the throttle body and closes it. And it's only going to go down as fast as you want it to. You know, it's got a lot of inertia keeping that thing spinning. Is the data log memory in the MPVI2? Yeah, the memory is inside, no USB needed. I've rear-mounted the radiator in my 5.3 Cherokee swap. Will the stock truck water pump suffice? Am I going to need an electric boost pump? That's a good question, Atwood's Garage. You know? Thank you, Justin. I can't answer that for you. Other than to say, hook it all up, bleed it all out, fire it up, see how the temperatures do. Yeah, that new L8T, man. I read about that in a a couple weeks ago. Well, good luck, ICT car guy. John in the Jungle says, rewrite the engine braking code for quicker throttle drop. That's an interesting approach. I don't know if you can actually do that. There you go. Burning Tire says, faster problems used a stock LS pump with a rear mounted radiator in the burnout truck. Oh, hey, Dad. Everybody say hello to my dad, Leroy. Yeah, lighten your rotating assembly. There we go. All the high Leroys. My Gen 4 has engine braking. Not sure if it was thing on Gen 4, to be honest. Dustin, don't worry about it. That guy always does it. Good to know, Dermhars. He likes carrots. Have you started tuning any L84s yet? The 2020 5.3. No. I'd have to look into the L84 to see if it's the E99. I've got an E99 over here. Yeah, I got an E99. It's been unlocked by HB Tuners. I'm guessing it's probably what's on those. Thanks, Dustin. Ah, you're funny, ICT. Atomic, I've always known it was you. Thomas, so I'm hitting 100% injector duty cycle at 100 kPa and 4,000 RPMs. Aside from putting a fuel PSI gauge and monitoring pressure, is there any way to know if the injector limitations are fuel pump limits? Yeah, you need to verify your fuel pressure. Make sure that you're staying up there around 50 or so. But plan on getting new injectors. If you're losing duty cycle by 4,000. Yeah, Ross is here. Ross is still working on the old Goblin. Super Slow Precision Shaft Technologies, PST. And the website is pstds.com. They also made the drive shaft that's in the Smoke Monster. Very happy with them. Obviously, me destroying the drive shaft in the Silverado had nothing to do with them. Their turnaround is excellent. That's what I like about it. And their prices are good. Interesting. Ross says the DF Goblin factory discovered that I was flexing my frame, making too much of that horsepower. Marin Repairing says the 2025 3 and 6.2 with DOD are bending push rods left and right due to crappy lifters. Not surprised. What are the typical changes you'd make to an auto trans in stock LS cars, and what would warrant more changes? Cams, headers. Listen, this is purely subjective, James, but my big thing on transmissions are you're not getting much performance on transmission changes. You can speed up the shift timing a little bit, and it might help to get a little bit more performance. A lot of people like to bump the pressure up. The big thing is don't mess with the torque tables as they apply to the transmission stuff, because that's how you start killing the automatic transmissions in these things. You really got to let the TCM do its thing, tell the motor to pull power to keep from smoking clutches and things like that. So, there's guys running in the 9s with like stock 6L80s, just thrashing them and never having issues. And then you see a guy over here that's running in the 12s that destroys one. It's because he goes in there to the torque modifier tables and takes all that stuff out, and he's just banging power through there whenever it's trying to shift gears. Yeah, what a problem to have too much power. There is no such thing as we have discussed. I take that back. Super Auto's got too much power. I think I'm going to dial it back about 300 or 400. Cam to LQ4 swapped my 07 Ram that came with the 3.7 liter. Thankfully, having no fuel pump or pressure issues with 60-pound injectors, barely getting 32% duty cycle. Yep. Fun fact, the 2020 AFM DFM lifter is the same part number as the 2007. I believe that, TJ. Listen, if you guys have not joined the raffle, exclamation point raffle, you've got... It says about 30 minutes left. I don't quite buy that. I'm guessing there's probably about 20 minutes left on the raffle. Oh, Brad, I killed all that dirt wolf like in 2 weekends. When the spark plug shoot out the tailpipe, dial it back 2 degrees. You can always make knock instead if power bugs you. That's exactly what it is. It's the lack of traction that becomes an issue. Oh, mercy. Well, if you're still at 12 AFRs at 100% duty cycle, but you're only at 4,000 RPMs, you're going to run out of something. If you fall out because of your internet and join back in, you can try to get another ticket, but it'll probably tell you that you've already got one, so it won't give you another. You know. So as long as you're here whenever I do the drawing, you're good. Well, Atomic Punk, there's absolutely no weight over the back of those tires. I mean, you and I could probably lift the back of that thing up to change a tire. Man, I think I see a lot of people cheating the system tonight. See a lot of last names of people that I know. Might be a lot of wives in here joining. Well, Mike, this will be the night that you win then, and you won't be present. And then I'll never let you live it down. Chalet, you got to do the exclamation point raffle, brother. Yeah, exactly. Ross knows. Where's DZ at in Hillary? Like, I'm really disappointed they're not here. They've been here for almost every single show for like the last 2 years, and they're not on tonight. When using nitrous, what AFR should we... Oh, there's Hillary. Why didn't you speak up earlier? Which AFR should I target in P? You can target the same AFR. It's not like forced induction where you need to go crazy and put a lot more fuel in. So you can run 12.5 on nitrous. Thomas, get a cheap GoPro action cam from Walmart or Amazon for 20 bucks and zip tie that in front of your gauge and put it on your regulator and just watch it. Joe said he did a Honda with Deechworks 1500s. How much boost was that Honda making that needed 1500s? Will you look at first if adding a snow meth injection kit on an LS1 with Pro Chargers and header? Oh, smoked! Rich coming in hot. I'll get to your question just here in a second, Rich. Back to the snow meth injection on an LS1 with the Pro Charger and headers. WS6 Handyman depends on what you're trying to accomplish, whether or not you're trying to use it for additional fueling, which in an LS1 you're probably not, because you can get injectors for that cheap enough. So you're basically going to look at your IAT temperatures and what you're trying to achieve in reducing IAT temperatures, because you've got to remember, meth injection not only acts as fueling, it acts as a chemical intercooler. And so it's a really awesome way to chip off, 20, 30 degrees. And so I like to start with the smallest nozzle possible that gets the most bang on the temperature buck, and then go bigger. If you still see a big reduction in temperatures, you're good to go. You can try and go bigger, but you'll get to a point where you're not getting as much effect out of it. And at that point in time, kind of balance it out, and don't run only run as much methanol injection as you need. The amount I learned from you and your channel has really put me in a better position at work, where the boss is investing more and more in tools so that we can do more and more builds. Thank you, and I'm ready to ride the big 1 million. Rich, I appreciate it, brother, and thank you for all of your support over the long time that you've been here. Huge nitrous purge. 35 pounds. Went until the turbo was done. Woo! Thanks, Bill. Good to see you, man. Everybody, Bill Carini's here. How much additional fuel should I add to the MAF and SDVVE table for a 9 PSI with a D1X? Alex, what you can do is basically start off on the MAF tune, fire it up, it'll idle, even with the new Pro Charger on it. It's not going to have any issues unless your bypass valve is open or closed. But basically what you can do is start up, go out to about 1,500, 2,000 RPMs, build out your MAF curve, see how much you have to go, keep on adding, and preemptively you'll see kind of a ridge form whenever you start getting into boost, where, it goes up here and it falls off after I make my changes. So bring the rest of the MAF curve up to fall in line preemptively. Once you get your MAF curve done, do a comparison to your original MAF curve and see what the percentage shift is on there, and then apply that to your VE table for a base. That's the way I like to do it. Yeah, Atomic Punk, you could probably pick up, 7, 8 degrees at max boost with methanol injection. It's all just because it's like, cools things down. Mike's Garage, I can try and check for you here. I don't want anybody to miss out. If you do exclamation point raffle, yeah, you're good. If you do exclamation point raffle and it doesn't say that you've got a ticket, you've already got one. When are we going to see a Goat Rope car meet? Bill, now that we're kind of getting out of coronavirus time, we should do something. So, let me think about it. Let me kick it over my head. And speaking of which, I need to get back to doing some live tuning stuff. And we'll do it like we used to. Originally I would charge and have people show up. I think what I'm going to do is just basically set a date and do it like this, where we do a 1-2 hour live stream where we come in, anybody who wants to join can join, and we'll break it up like 3rd gen, 4th gen, 5th gen, stuff like that. Do it in Arizona. Well, that's a little bit of a long ways away. Arizona's probably too far away. Try to do it somewhere centrally located. See if we can find a decent track. Maybe rent out a track day. Got a question. Why would AFR get really lean when getting off the pedal? DFCO is still on. Literally deceleration fuel cutoff. Supposed to do that. Disable DFCO and it should stay around commanded. Aside from the drag your dyno, how do you determine when to stop advancing timing? If you start getting knock. Once you start seeing knock, you've got too much advance. But ideally, a dyno is the best way to get your timing dialed in, because you might be able to get to 17 degrees under boost before you see knock, but the motor may only like 14. You're not making power by going to 17. Uh-oh, Joe Simpson. Gen 3 LS Turbo I did last week made 780 on 93 and meth. Opened my eyes to meth. I used to hate it. Central Midwest would be ideal DIY, brother. Without knock sensors, Listen real closely for pinging. Thunder Valley's a haul for me, man. God, there's two people saying Thunder Valley. That and Thunder Valley, you're racing into the sun in the afternoon. Oh, it's miserable. I appreciate 3 boys. We could probably hook something up at Thunder Valley. James, elaborate what you're looking for on an aggressive start. It's only a 55 mile an hour and higher. It's probably, you got to go in there and look at the DFCO tables because there is RPM and speed enablers on there, DZ. What up, Vet Man? How much timing are those BMW guys pulling to get the pop and bang? They may actually advance timing on D-Cell. You know, what about, we could also consider something in Tennessee because my co-driver from Rocky Mountain Race Week's moving down there soon. I've not ran straight M1 through the meth kits, but I've ran a 50-50 blend of M1 and water. Brad, I would love to come to Australia and do a car meet. I mean, Australia's on the list anyways. I'm going to try and make it down to Australia. Probably not this year, but next year. And then, you know, I will lock up all my credit cards and bank accounts and stuff like that so I'm not over there buying utes. Listen, I would move to Australia if I could. Just tune Holdens for the rest of my life. Which would probably suck given they don't make Holdens anymore. Rent a container ship, bring it back full from Australia. Then we could go to the port and watch them cut all of our cars in half. There you go. Crazy negative timing on D-Cell, like negative 30. No DFCO. Also, nobody thinks you're cool when you do it, so don't. That's Joe's opinion. Yeah, you got to turn off DFCO. Got to get the timing where it's firing way late. And then make sure and have cats whenever you do it. What's going on in Minnesota next month, burning tires? Ooh, we're up to 108. Pretty close to a record. We got 108 people in here. There's only 93 tickets, which means some of you have not joined the raffle. Oh, Power Cruise. Yeah, make sure you get in on the raffle. This guy Jim White's over here like, oh, you owe me a shirt. Thumbs up should be a raffle prerequisite. It's not a raffle prerequisite, but if you're in here, go ahead and throw a thumbs up. Do me a favor. I mean, it's not like you guys haven't already done me a huge favor. Thanks, Steve. Good to see you, brother. Hey, Joe Hobo. Joe Simpson, I hope you entered the raffle, and I hope you win the tune. That way I can just do a sweet moon tune for one of your vehicles, and then blame it on you whenever you blow up a customer's vehicle. I still owe you a PCC shirt from way back. How about you email me and remind me, and I'll get you a Smoke Monster shirt instead. I probably need to retire the Project Country Club shirt since that car is gone. Would have anything other than a Holden. Get out. You need to leave right now, Brad. Not yet, factory speed. You still have time to get in on the raffle, brother. A bar would be a fun engine to play with. Oh, man, look at all those likes. Thank you, everybody. That's awesome. Joe, I'm totally down for that. We should go through the whole tuning process and then just light a car on fire. we should finally do the pops and bangs video that everybody asks about. Say we're going to show you how to do a pops and bangs video on a car and then just pour gasoline on it and light it on fire. Listen, I'm not throwing shade. To each their own. If that's what you like, that's what you like. The GT350 has a little stock burble, and it doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound bad. 114. Yeah, pops and bangs with Tanner, right? Hillary, you're already in the raffle. You only get one ticket. Tune that cruise. There you go. That's the real pops and bangs. Two-step. I know you've been here, Hillary. I said hi to you earlier. You must be distracted. You cooking dinner? You keeping the kids fed? I know you're a busy woman. John, trust me, I've had some backfires on open headers in the last 6 months that not only scared the crap out of me, but I'm pretty sure it scared the crap out of the dogs upstairs. Just want to do a rolling burnout at 80 mile an hour. Super Auto will do that. Hey, Michael, it's you want to pay off that note? We'll blow it up if you pay for it. That's how I get YouTube famous, doing that stupid stuff like that guy that lives out in central Pennsylvania where he jumps over rivers in brand new cars and stuff. LQ9 stock for stock L59, 06 Yukon, wrote the basic tune myself, but it's Garbo. I've got a couple slots open right now, Em, but they will probably sell out in the next couple days. You know, my GTO had a lot of crackle in it on a pretty mild tune. Exactly. As Bill says, take it for somebody that has daily with pops and bangs. While it's fun, it's sort of annoying too. Whistling Diesel. I don't even know who that guy is. I've never watched a single one of his videos. Do a video series, rent a U-Haul truck, turbo LS, swap it, then return it. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff that gets you famous on this platform. That's the kind of stuff, if you're here for that, it's not going to happen. Yeah, a little minor random crackle's okay. If you're shooting flames out the exhaust, you got issues, though. TJ, you're cracking me up. That sounds better. 40. Doing a rolling burnout in 33s at 80 miles an hour. Burble. Yeah, burble's good. Pops and bangs. Eh. Flames out the headers. That's a two-step thing, though. Dude, Michael, I love that car. I drove it to go get beer today. Can't lie. It's such a good car. Yeah, Brad, we're going to get into it real soon. Promise. Yeah, Riley, now you're talking shooting flames too fast, too furious style, where whenever you're shooting flames, you're just constantly just like flamethrower. Oh, I'm on the NOS flames. Brad, I wish you were my most painful remote tuning experience. You are not by far, I promise you. My RX-7 used to shoot 3-4 foot flames. The mail tune is literally you pull logs, I make adjustments, send it back, you pull another log, and it's a long process because I'm very methodic whenever I do my tunes. You've got to, in fact, I had to refund somebody because they were very impatient. It was like after the third day, I was like, why is this not done? It's like, hey, no, that's not how this works, man. Like, this is a custom tune. This is not a canned tune. I go through everything on my email tunes to make sure that everything is good to go and we're trying to get you the most power. In fact, I've been working with Brad for probably, I don't know, almost a year now on his tune. But we're almost to the very end, and he's putting out some really impressive numbers on his ZL1. Now, Jerry, I like your setup. Other than we're having some knock issues, false knock. Oh, Atomic, I'm glad you missed Pueblo because it was not good. That's whenever we basically destroyed all the lifters in the motor. Did I miss the end of the drawing? Let me go back, make sure. Okay, the raffle is over. It is 8:50. We're going to start doing this. If it's a fairly stock setup, it doesn't take long. Those can normally get knocked out in a week or two. But whenever you're talking about guys like Brad, that almost a year on Brad's, but Brad's got a pretty crazy setup with a lot of stuff, and of course we've added stuff and changed things along the way, so it's been a revolving door kind of thing. Have I ever thought about putting stacks behind the cab of the Silk? Hell no. No, never. Thanks, Patrick. Okay, here we go. We're going to start the raffle. First, we're raffling off an HP Tuner shirt. Okay, listen, before I go in here and start picking numbers, you got to be present to win. If you're not here and I call your name, you got like 30 seconds to post I'm here. And now I'm going to write your name, your username, your YouTube username on this list. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask you to send me an email saying, hey, this is my username, this is what I won. I'm going to reply back to that with a link to one of my videos. You're then going to have to go out to that video and comment on it, saying something like, I'm a winner. That way I know that you have control over that account. That way it keeps everybody honest. Make sure that I'm giving the right people the stuff. So, here we go. First off, winner of an HP Tuner shirt. Atomic Pump, congratulations. I know you're still here, brother. So I'm going to go ahead and write your name down. Woohoo! Okay. Next winner of an HP Tuner shirt. Debbie George. You know what, Debbie? I'm going to get you one in your size since your husband is already owed one. Why don't you ship them both? So, make sure that we get both your sizes. Congratulations, Debbie. I'm glad you showed up, too. Makes me very happy. Okay, for a Goat Road Garage shirt, we have SS Brutal. SS Brutal, you're fairly new here, so I'm going to give you a second to say, I am still here. SS Brutal, are you still here? Ugh, did we get our first person that left too early? Oh, it's going to be Brutal. Oh, there he is, SS Brutal. Glad to see it. Okay, we're giving away another Goat Rope Garage shirt. Brian Allen. Brian Allen, you here, brother? I love this part. This is what makes me so happy, is being able to give stuff away. There's Brian Allen. Awesome. Okay, now for some of the even cooler stuff. Not to say that the shirts aren't cool, but now we're going to give away one of the Blown Pistons out of the Super Auto. I like to call it Kyle's Folly because it's, you know, it's a long story. Go back and watch the videos. Basically, I had the primary fuel system shut off and the secondary was still adding fuel, and I blew my motor up. Scott Christ, you are the winner of the piston. Scott Christ, I'm guessing, is still here because we've got more people in the chat than we do that have tickets out. Yeah, went super lame. And, you know, there's some cool stuff. We'll touch on some of that again whenever I get the Super Auto out and start fixing it. Some of the things that we did to fix that, to keep that thing from going lean, where we have timing cut and stuff like that. There's a lot of safeties on there. Scott, you still here, brother? Giving Scott a second to go ahead and get in here and chat. How lean was super lean? There's Scott. Congratulations, Scott Christ. You got a sweet paperweight. I'll even wipe all the oil off of it for you. Okay, next we're giving the steering wheel away out of the Smoke Monster. I'll warn you, she's a little bent. I did straighten it out. I did pound on it. The winner of the steering wheel is Gutless with 2 S's. I did kind of pound on it out of frustration whenever I decided to give up. And then I kind of pulled it back into place. I did sign the steering wheel though, being the Rocky Mountain 2021. Gutless is still here. Awesome. Let's see if I can spell. Okay, we're giving away our first HP Tuners credit pack where you will get 2 free credits for HP Tuners. JC Hare with a bad name. JC Hare, exclamation point, or asterisk, 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 asterisk. JC, you still here, brother? Yeah, I figured I was running one of the early setups of auxiliary fuel injection on an LT platform a couple years ago. The auxiliary fuel system kept on delivering fuel whenever the primary fuel system cut out, and it was a volumetric efficiency table. It was a learning experience, but we built the motor very strong to come back, and that's why it's making, you know, in the 4-digit range now. JC Hare, you still here? Going once, going twice, he's here. Okay. JC Hare, I'm not going to write down all of your asterisks. Giving away another, okay, Les, I don't know if your ticket will still be valid if you're not in here on your account. I still see you though, so maybe it is. Okay, giving away another 2 credit HP Tuners credit pack right now. Our winner is... I just broke it. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix it. Oh, this is going to be terrible. I clicked the wrong button. Hold on a second. More details. I don't know what to do. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I broke this. We've got a credit pack, a methanol injection, and a tune. We're going to fire this thing up. We're just going to have to run a little bit longer, okay? I'm going to give everybody 10 minutes to get back in this. If you've already won something, yeah, I wish. If you've already won something, you're not getting something else. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, factory speed. Wait on it. You'll see the notification. There we go. Everybody get your tickets in. I'm going to go grab another beer. I'll be right back. See if the BRB screen works. There it is. We'll be right back. Everybody get Okay, I'm back. It would not be the garage if we didn't mess something up tonight. Oh my goodness, look at all these people joining. The good news is if you showed up a little bit late, you still have a chance. We've got one credit pack, a Snow Performance methanol injection kit, and a free email tune still available. Everybody do me a favor. After we're done with this, go out to Snow Performance, Nitrous Express actually. Go out to Nitrous Express. Hit them up on Instagram, hit them up on YouTube, Facebook, stuff like that. Drop them a follow. Same thing, HP Tuners. Search them out. Find their content, their media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Send those guys a like. You want to go one step further, say, hey, Goat Rope Garage sent me. And that's what allows me to get this stuff to give away to you guys. It's awesome. We love our sponsors here. You know, they've been great to us. So we want to make sure and support our sponsors. Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody. Yep, I appreciate you guys. Gave me an opportunity to grab another beer anyways. So that was a gaffe on my part. Sorry. I mean, no big deal. Everybody needs a water meth kit. Everybody needs a water meth kit. Can I enter the raffle? I've never even tried. Did I just break it by trying to enter my own raffle? I got a ticket. If I win, you know, obviously it won't do anything. Yeah. I'm pretty sure people with way more concurrent viewers than me use Streamlabs. Bingo, it is Snow Performance. Ah, Thomas, my uncle has a meth kit, but it's in his shed. You from Oklahoma too? Andrew, good question. Any chance of some hat orders, please? Yes. Okay. Let me do some digging. I need to get some more hats ordered up. And we'll probably do it the same way that we did last time, Andrew, where whenever I'm ready, I will do a pre-order so I get an idea of like how many people want hats on the front side of it. And then I'll buy a couple extra, you know, to give away and sell. But basically for something like that where, you know, we've got to put all the cash out up front, it's a lot easier if I just basically set aside a pool, get everybody that wants a hat's money into the pool, and then use that to buy all the hats. Because, I mean, you know, hats are expensive. They you know, unless you're buying like 2,000 hats, man, they really hit you on those hats. That's only hard. More the rest of us are normal. I don't know. I've seen a guy out there with a power drill next to the anhydrous tank at, where was that? Drummond, maybe? I'll do a vote, TJ. You know, I don't like snapbacks because I wear all my hats backwards. I love Richardson hats, obviously. But I'd probably do flex fit again. But if enough people want snapbacks, we can talk about it. On a Mustang is traction control air mass multiplier, which way less is traction control. There's some interesting stuff going on there, species. I'll talk about it very soon. Now you're backstepping, Brad. Hey, Holden Lebanon, what's going on? How do I identify the transmission from a tag? What are you looking at that you're wanting? Man, you came out of left field with that one. If you plug into it and pull the tune out of the TCM, I can tell you how I identify it, but from the tag. Old one on a small, had a smaller torque converter. I'm not sure. Marin, that's the Be Right Back, that's the thumbnail. The InTune thing. That's actually the thumbnail for the live stuff. There you go. Ross says Google the training tag. See, Brian's asking for a flat brim, which we didn't do a flat brim last time. On a 2010 Avalanche, can a lifter cheddar cause false spark knock? Yep. Oh, Patrick David coming in with the purge. Anyway, I can tune the SD side of my tune using LTFTs if the previous shop only did a MAF tune. Yeah, honestly, Patrick, that's one of the areas that you can do decent LTFT tuning is on the SD side of it because you're more concerned about getting the lower RPMs of it. Wide open throttle, you're going to be into the MAF anyways. And so, yeah, just make sure that you're not going into power enrichment. And if you are accidentally tipping into power enrichment, make sure and filter that data out. Don't copy that over. Brandon Crocker, email me again, brother. I will get you hooked up. It's sitting right back there. As I said earlier, I've got a lot of stuff I got to get shipped out, but it doesn't hurt to email me twice. And next week, I am hoping to get everything caught up. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of the InTune shirt myself. That was like one of the first shirts I had made. Yes, I will not push too many buttons this time. I thought I hit the reroll button. I hit the complete button. We still have a little bit of time here, I think. If you have not entered, I got 108. There's 122 viewers here. Thank you, JPL Performance. Ryan, I love the Rocky Mountain Race Week shirt. I'm just disappointed I gave 2 of mine away to a couple kids that helped tow the Nova to the last hotel whenever it broke down. Yeah, exactly. Just bug the hell out of me. If I owe you something and you have not gotten it in like a couple weeks or even a couple months, just keep on sending me emails. It is literally just one of those things that I'm a one-man show, and I have a hard time keeping up on what I owe people. In fact, I've got a bunch of if I see an email saying, "Hey, here's my shirt" and stuff like that, I mark it as unread so I can go back. And so I ordered a bunch of shirts, and they came in while I was right before I left for Rocky Mountain Race Week. So Burnout contest got postponed. Because we were doing it during the winter and guys just didn't want to get the cars out. So there wasn't very many entrances on there, but we'll do that. No, I know for a fact I don't owe you money, Mike H. I don't owe anybody money except for my, people that own my cars. That's awesome, Steve. Glad to hear it. If you're a patron, email me because there's a discount code to the merch website. I need to post that again. Yeah, we started a burnout competition for the patrons, and as I said, we just didn't end up finishing that one. We did another car show though. What do we do if we want to? If you win again, you just don't get anything. Sorry, you've already won once. So okay, we are drawing again once again. Oh, Hillary just did a nitrous purge. Thank you. Pair character flying in the air with a red cape and smile on his face. I just read the description of what showed up. Yeah, we did another car show. Okay, here we go. Credit pack. HP Tuners credit pack. 2 credits from HP Tuners. Holly Davenport, congratulations. Holly, you got to prove to me that you're still here. I have a sneaking suspicion everybody's still here, so I'm not going to hit complete. I'm going to start writing Holly's name down. Les is probably over there grabbing his wife's phone right now and typing in, that's what I thought. You guys are sneaky. You should tell your wives to change your last names. Okay, for a snow performance, stage 2 or a stage 2.5. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I know. Stage 2, stage 2.5. I'll let you choose. If you want a stage 2 or a stage 2.5. Methanol injection kit. Here we go. The winner of the methanol injection kit is Rides by Rod. New name. Rod, where did you even come from? Congratulations. Silent but deadly Rides by Rod. He's been in here the last couple weeks. Glad to see him that he was in here. As I said, he doesn't speak up that often, but I'm guessing he's still here. There he is. Rides by Rod. Good to see you again, man. Last but not least, the final, a free email tune from Goat Rope Garage. The winner is, drum roll please, Tommy Spencer. Congratulations. Tommy, you could probably sell that for, for some money if you wanted to. That's not allowed. Yes, congrats to all the winners. ABT. There he is, Tommy Spencer. Congratulations, man. Okay, as I said, what I need you guys to do, if you are on the winners list, I've got your names here, your YouTube user names here. I need you to go out, email info@GoatRopeGarage, or use the contact form at goatropegarage.com. Send me a message saying, hey, I won something, whatever it is you won. With your username, I'm going to send you a link to a specific video. Then you're going to go out and comment on that video. Once I see that you commented on that video, that's how I know that you are who you are. And then I will send you the details to follow up on how to get whatever you won off the list. Thank you, everybody. We had a great crowd tonight. Probably the biggest crowd, at least in the last year, if not 2 years. We had some big crowds early on, so you guys kind of suck for not beating the, the earlier crowds. I'm just kidding. You guys are awesome. But thanks for everybody showing up for the 50,000. I love to do these things. We will probably pick another goal. 75,000 is the next one. If it takes us 12 months to get there, that's going to suck. So let's try and make it like 6 months. But that's on me because I need to start getting some content out. I've been slacking. I will admit it. I'm a slacker. Just been busy. But we're going to sort all that stuff out. Listen, I'm getting out of here. You guys know the drill. Thanks for stopping by the garage. And remember, ABT, always be tuning.